Okay, welcome ladies and menaces. Today, I actually got a new camera, so trying it out. And what better vlog to start off with than a back and by vlog? So we're testing out the new camera. We're gonna do it at the gym, see how it picks up the lighting. Looks like the autofocus is pretty good, so we'll pretend like my nails are done. Also, if you haven't been up to date on my TikTok or Instagram, I am vegan now. I guess a quick explanation is, of course, animal cruelty, dairy farms, meat farms, and also being vegan, I think I know it has been making me think more intentionally about what I'm putting in my body. Yeah, and I also just want to make more videos on it, just because, not because I'm trying to convert you guys, not because I'm trying to guilt trip people for eating meat and dairy. Do what you want at the end of the day. But I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions around being vegan, especially when it comes to your protein intake. I feel like there's a lot of people out there who say, well, it's just too hard to get your protein in as a vegan. And it's really not. It's just not as convenient, right? It's not as convenient as being like, oh, I need to get my protein in for the day, or I need to get my calories in. Let me stop at Whataburger. Let me stop at Burger King. Let me stop at Wendy's. This vegan food is something that you need to take time to cut up, cook, hopefully season, and just overall be more intentional and spend more time making the food. So it's not hard at all. I've been vegan for about a week now. Haven't had any problem with hitting my protein goal. Even working full time, haven't had a problem with it. So I'll definitely be putting more cooking videos out there and just showing you guys, especially for my vegan or vegetarian audience who wants to get into, the gym, but they're worried about not being able to hit their protein goal. I got you guys. So anyway, enough yapping. Let's head to the gym. Alright, not sure how well the camera's picking up the light right now, but we got our pre-workout right here, back shots, and then we got our little shaker bottle right here. So let's fill her up. Let's see. And I don't fill it all the way up either, and maybe that's bad. Like, maybe I need more water in me, but I don't know. I just like to be able to chug it down, So that's what the inside looks here. One. Oh. Like I said earlier, we're hitting back and by today. I guess it does adjust to the light, but yeah, thankfully cable machine's empty. It's still a little packed over there. We got our broccoli head obnoxious people over there. Back, I want to say in November, I went to the warehouse, checked out the Ekkovision warehouse, and they were actually all out of this flavor, and they just restocked it a few days ago. So this is the Bomb Pop flavor. So good. Use code jaymer to save a little money. Alright guys, and one of the things that I do not play about in the gym is warming up. Injury prevention is literally like non-negotiable. Like it's gonna get done. Just all my years of being a student athlete, I think it's just been ingrained in my brain to do that every single time I work out. And I usually use another band, but just something that you can get 10 reps in with a pretty good tension. So just go out straight here, and you'll do 10 of these pull aparts like that. And these are great for just any upper body day. I'll do these. 10. And then here we'll get a closer grip with our palms up, and then do pull aparts, 10 of these. Even though this is my favorite thing to do, I'd rather spend 5 to 10 minutes warming up instead of getting hurt and having to sit out for months, Here we'll do cross body pulls like this. We'll do 10 on each side. I think this is the longest I've gone without watching a show or anything. I feel like I haven't gotten into any shows lately. If anyone has any recommendations, feel free to put me on something in the comments. If you can find something to wrap the band around, so we'll have this here. Let's see how we do this. And then this way. And why this is better than just grabbing a dumbbell and moving back and forth is because the tension is actually in the opposite direction of where you're pulling, opposed to having a dumbbell and the tension is, it's just dragging you down to the floor. So you'll get the best tension doing it like this. Or even if there's a cable machine available, just getting really lightweight and pulling. Right now we're doing 10 each facing this direction, pulling away from where we made the knot. I lost count on this side, but now we're gonna do the same thing facing the other direction. And now our arms are thoroughly warmed up. Yeah, it's gonna burn a bit, but better to do this than to just jump into a set where you're a lot more likely to get hurt. And that's it for my warm up. Arms feel pretty good, back feels pretty good. Yeah, so this is the pre-workout pump. Still need to finish drinking my pre-workout, but yeah, arms are pretty warmed up. No cracking and popping or anything, so that's nice. And I will say the main thing with these is to just make sure that your elbow is in place. You don't want it to be spinning around as you're going. Just keeping it in one spot so you can get that range of motion. All right, ladies and menaces, we're back from the gym, and thankfully we were able to still get a shot of our last exercise in before my camera died. The battery life isn't buns. I just didn't charge it long enough, but oh well. Home, and today we're making chili. So we got extra firm tofu. Awkward. Oh, there we go. Boom. Got that. 2 of those. We got chickpeas. Black beans and kidney beans. And obviously, boom, chili beans. And then because we don't hate ourselves, we're also going to season our chili. And then we got minced garlic as well. I usually use garlic powder, but we're all out, so minced garlic. Probably get more of a garlicky flavor with that anyway. Right now we're going to turn this up. We're gonna do it at about 7 just to get the pot warmer a bit faster. I'm gonna get 2 cups of water. Actually, well, this is more than like a cup, but like a jar of water. This is 12 cups. And then I'm gonna put the beans in. Actually, no. While this is getting warm, we're actually going to start frying the tofu right here. Get that a little crispy. And then once we get the tofu in the pan, we're gonna add the beans in here. And then by the time the beans are getting all warm, the tofu will be crispy. Then we'll throw it in there, season it, boom, done. So for this, we're gonna drain the water out of the tofu. It's gonna be packed with water. Might spill out a little bit. Just go like that on 3 sides, so it's easy to peel open. And then also spray down the pan so that the tofu doesn't stick to it. Boom. Yeah, very generous with the oil. Warm up the pan a little bit. Tofu. Yummy scrummy. Right, and then I'm just gonna squish it. I just use my hands. It's easier to get it all crumbly. We're gonna do this with both. I think I'm gonna do one at a time because we have a small pan. We have bigger pans, but they're currently in the dishwasher, and the dishwasher is doing its thing right now. I used to hate tofu, actually. I used to really hate tofu, but I just didn't know how to cook with it. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the squishy tofu texture. Still prefer crispy tofu to this day. But yeah, frying tofu is also an option. A lot of times when I have it by itself with sweet potatoes or rice, I'll just cut it into squares and then fry both sides and throw a little hot sauce on there. Sometimes I won't even season my tofu because I actually like the taste, but if you don't, you can also just season it. Gym rats, you are allowed to season your food. I promise it won't add a million calories to your meal. So boom, this is warming up. Pot's pretty hot, so I'm gonna start adding in the chickpeas and the beans. Voila. I also drain out the juice too. Not sure if everyone does that or not, but I'll drain it out. First can done. Oh yeah, and this is the number of grams of protein that's in this. I haven't done the math yet. I just know it's super packed. Getting your protein in as a vegan is not super hard. You just have to make time for cooking. Yeah, meal prepping also helps a lot. So this should last me a few days. I feel like another misconception is that being vegan is expensive. I don't think that's true. I think it's expensive if you're eating meat alternatives like vegan bacon and vegan hamburgers, that kind of stuff. That stuff's going to be more expensive than regular schmegular vegan food or natural vegan food. I mean, I think every now and then, right? It's cool to have like vegan chicken nuggets and all that, but it is going to be more pricey, you know, if you rely on that to get all your nutrients in. So I'd say just stick with the natural vegan stuff, you know. So we got our tofu sizzling here a little bit. Very nice, very nice. And it does take a while for the tofu to get crispy just because it's been soaking in water. If you want it to get crispy a bit faster, you can also press it. I used to press my tofu. Yeah, I don't really care for pressing it as much now because the texture doesn't really bother me as much as it used to. I don't really mind if it's a little squishy now. That helps. And also getting the firm tofu. Like here I got extra firm. That'll make the crispy process a lot faster. All right, last can. Boom. And I know people usually put tomatoes in there, chili too, but I'm actually not a fan of tomatoes, so we're not doing that. Got some minced garlic, crusty spoon. Turn this up a bit. And I think, no, this much is good. Boom. We got cayenne pepper. Being super, super generous with the seasoning because this is a large batch. Yeah, super spicy. Minced onion. I would usually use real onion. I would saute it, but I actually don't really like, I don't know, because then I'll have to deal with the chunks, you know, when eating it, and I usually just eat around the onion once I start eating, so we'll just use minced onion. And then we got chili powder. Again, pretty generous with the seasoning. Paprika. We're gonna pretend like my nails are done, alright? Tofu ASMR. Getting a little brown. Alright, y'all, the tofu is a nice golden brown now. Pretty crispy looking. Uh-oh. My dog is walking between the tripod, but looks pretty good. I'm gonna dump it into the chili now. Boom shakalaka. This is so Cooking Mama coated. Oh, what's that one called? Cooking Rush? No. I don't know. Dang.